All right, we're live here, I believe. So, hey everyone, it's Kevin Carton here, coming to you live on Facebook for the first inaugural Serene Sundays. And it's where I show you how to generate more grace and ease in your life by learning how to master your emotions through psychological and biological principles. And so, the first thing I want to start out with this topic, which is the first of many series, is what is serenity and how can you generate it? And so that's today's topic. But first, of course, sort of what is serenity? How can we define it? And of course, I looked it up online, dictionary.com. The simple definition of serenity is that the state of being calm, peaceful, and untroubled. And some synonyms are still or relaxed, tranquil. And I believe that we all know what serenity is. We have a concept in our mind, and we've probably experienced many times in our lives where we felt serene. But how do we generate it in our lives? How do we create that feeling in certain circumstances or situations where we may not be feeling serene at the moment? And so that's what this talk is about, how to generate that in your life. And so I want to begin with a story. I found this very funny. It's a joke, but so here it goes. There's a journalist, and she's assigned to the Jerusalem bureau, where she's doing some reports there. And she's given an apartment, a room that's overlooking something called the Wailing Wall. And the Wailing Wall is one of the most holiest Jewish sites to pray at. And so she's got this apartment that's overlooking this place where so many people are praying. And as she's there day after day, she's noticing this one Jewish guy who's coming back day after day and is praying vigorously. And after several days of seeing this same man pray day after day at the same place, she goes and introduces herself. And she goes up to the man and says, I've seen you pray here every day. So tell me, why do you come here every day? How long have you been coming here? And what do you pray for? And so after being introduced, the old man then goes, I've been coming here for 25 years. 25 years. And every single day in the morning, I come to pray for peace and love on earth and the brotherhood of man. And then I go home, I have a cup of tea, and then I come back and I pray for the eradication of illness and disease on earth. And the journalist is just amazed. And she goes, wow, that's incredible. So how do you feel coming here for the past 25 years and praying every day for these things? How does that make you feel? And the old man looks at her and says, it's kind of like talking to a wall. And I love that story because it's not only his story, it's also our story. And I know it's my story because I've experienced that, where I'm in a certain situation and I'm praying for something. I'm trying to think positively about a certain thing, but it's just not working. And I believe we've all experienced that, where maybe someone cuts us off in traffic, or someone's just super rude to us, and we think, who are they? Or even, we make our own mistake, and then we get upset at ourselves. And so there's this anger, there's this resentment, there's just these negative feelings that we don't want in our lives, but yet we want to experience happiness and peace in our lives, but we don't know how to go from where we are of angry and mad to actually being serene. And so how does that work? How does that actually happen? Well, the first thing, of course, is that it doesn't always happen by positive thinking. And that's one of the key points in this video I want to share with you, is that, sometimes trying to think your way out of a certain situation is like talking to a wall, and it's just not working. And so the quickest way that I found to come back to my center, and this happens all the time, where like I'm experiencing something really like frustrating, and I can't seem to get out of my own head about it. But what I do is I change my environment. So I change my environment. That's the main point of this talk, that you change your environment to create more serenity and peace in your life. And so what do I mean by that? Well, let me ask you this first. When I say the word serene or peace or calmness, what do you think of? Like, what images come to your mind when I say peace, calmness, serenity, like those words? What comes to mind? For me, when I hear the word serene, I immediately think of a peaceful ocean. You know, the ebb and flow of the waves coming back and forth. And there's a beautiful sunset on the horizon, and it's clear skies. You can hear the seagulls calling, and it's just beautiful. I love it. Or maybe even another situation like, uh, you're in the forest, and there's a clear path. There's a light breeze coming through the trees. It's lush and green, and the sun rays are poking through the treetops and leaves. You know, those are just a few situations where it just makes me think of the word serene. And so the key point on that, though, is that what are those things? They're environments. They're complete environments that create that sense of peace, calmness, and serenity. And, again, we all know this, but then you may be thinking, all right, if it is the environment that really brings me back to my center quicker, I can't just leave work and go to the beach. And of course not, you can't, I know. But take what you can do from where you are and create serenity in your life from there. And so changing your environment doesn't have to be a complete overhaul of what you're looking at or what you're seeing or what you're experiencing in your life. Some examples for some things that I use are crystals. I have my meditation bowl. I have essential oils, and the key points are there is that it changes the environment around me, just my personal being, and how we take in the environment is through our five senses. So what we see, what we smell, what we taste, what we hear, what we touch. So if just changing little things like that around you from, doing what you can with what you have from where you are, you may be able to find a little more peace in your life. So, here's some examples. Like I have my meditation bowl. This changes the environment of my hearing, what I hear around me. Just hearing that just makes me a little bit more calm. Or even just holding, say like my crystal quartz. Feeling the smooth texture of it on the sides. And also it's pretty to look at. So that's one of the key points, that it's your environment that can really influence how you are feeling, because our environment is a big factor in our lives. And that is probably the quickest way, as I said, to become back to your center, to become more serene. But it depends on what speaks to you and your life and what you love. Thank you, Mariana. I saw that. Thank you. Appreciate it. I see there's 7 people watching here. Appreciate you all coming on. It's happy to be with you here. And I hope that, this brings some value into your life. So again, environment matters. And so I'll give you another example. So I, showed you what I use right now. So essential oils for like the smell of things, crystals. When I look at the meditation bowl, but this is a good example. So back in 2014, when I was going to pharmacy school, my 4th year there, this year I was having a tough time. I was feeling anxious a lot. I was feeling frustrated for where I was because I knew that pharmacy wasn't what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, but I was already 4 years deep into it. And I was taking classes. I love science, but thank you, Mariana. I appreciate that. I have a beautiful voice. Thank you. But so, yeah, I was just not enjoying myself being there, and I knew I wanted to change, but I did want to finish out my 4th year. So my entire last semester, I had like 5-6 months where, like, at least daily, if, I would just be anxious or angry, and I didn't know what to do because the environment I was in was, pharmacy school. I couldn't really change that because I wanted to finish my my bachelor's degree, which is right there. Hurrah. But so what I did when I was feeling stressed, when I was feeling kind of anxious, I would, go figure, throw knives in a safe way. I had a dartboard, and I had these 3 throwing knives from my friend. And it was just very tranquil for me to go through the repetitive motions of just getting the right spin of the knife to land into the dartboard. and the sound of it hitting the dartboard, it was just awesome to me. I felt accomplished. And also the sight of seeing it, just go into the dartboard very easily, it just made me feel at ease. And that was my simple way of changing the environment from what I can do from where I was with what I had. And so again, it doesn't have to be you going to a beach to find your peace, to find your serenity. It could just be something simple. And so that is really my message for you today, that we are affected hugely and impacted in a major way by our environment. And you can always do something to change your environment, even just the slightest bit. And so I challenge you to do that today on this Sunday, this Serene Sunday. And I'll leave you with that, but I have an action item for you. So what is one thing you could do today to bring a more serene environment into your life? And comment below. I'd love to hear what you're going to do today on this Serene Sunday to find some more peace, and not even find some more peace, generate some more peace, some more serenity in your life. And I shared some examples, but just a reminder, some examples could be, it's again, changing your environment for your five senses. Again, it doesn't have to be going somewhere. It could be just doing something with what you have. And so, some examples, you could take a walk in your local park if you love to walk and love to be in nature. You can light a candle or incense. Like I mentioned, the smelling of things, like I have my essential oils. You can light a candle, and maybe the sight of that will bring you peace. Or maybe even a guided meditation. If some of you are interested in meditation at all, I actually have a free meditation, which I'll put into the comments, a link to that so you guys can have it. It's 10 minutes. But just encourage you to try it, any of these things out. Just figure out what brings you most peace in your life. And the only way you find that is by experimenting with it. So do an experiment with your life. And so two other suggestions I have written here is play some relaxing music. I love to have my Spotify on instrumental sounds, and I was actually just taking a shower just a half an hour ago to instrumental music, and it brought me peace. And then the last one, maybe make some calming tea. I love to have tea. Like I had a green tea latte this morning, and those are just simple ways to change my environment, to bring me more peace and serenity. So what? My cat watched the Just Win, says Chris. Awesome. And Mariana says, I love the title, Serene Sunday. Thank you. Appreciate that. But yeah, Chris, you're the first one to comment on an action item. So everyone else is watching, what are you going to do today that is going to bring you more peace and serenity into your environment, to create an environment for you being more calm, being more at ease, and have more grace in your life? So again, pick something, comment below. I'd love to hear what you're going to be doing today to be in a more serene environment. And let's start creating this community, a community of people that are going to be intentional about creating a peaceful life. And doing that, we're going to have this, I'm going to be doing this Serene Sunday every Sunday. So you're welcome to come here, join in this community. But I invite you to bring that into your everyday life. Start making it a habit to be at peace, be with grace and ease in your life. And so you can truly live a life you love living every single day, and not wait on circumstances to be saying, you could be at peace now, because you can create that in your life. You are a powerful being with unlimited potential. And so it's just a matter of tapping into that potential and knowing what to do. And so that is your Serene Sunday today. Again, comment below. I'd love to hear what you're going to be doing. So listen to music, water my plants, finally unpack my room. I love this. Just moved. Kathleen, that's awesome. So wait, you're not in New York City anymore? I'd love to talk. We should catch up. I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while, Kathleen. But yeah, I love this. Oh my God. Some meditation for me. Yes, I love this. This is great. I'm already loving all this. I'm going to comment. I'm going to comment what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to take my own advice. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go for a peaceful walk in my local park to bring some more peace in my life. And so that's my commitment. That's what I'm going to be doing today. And so thank you so much for tuning in to this Serene Sunday. And tune in next week. Again, it's going to be every single Sunday. I'm going to keep it for right now at 12 p.m. noon to keep that consistent unless something changes. I know for a fact in 2 weeks I'm going to a yoga workshop on Sunday, but I'm still going to have it, just might be a different time. So stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to be unpacking the Serenity prayer. If you don't know what the Serenity Prayer is, go check it out on Google. You can easily find it. So we'll be unpacking that so you can understand that a little bit more, how to use that to bring some more peace in your life. And so again, thank you so much. I appreciate all the comments that have already come in. Looking forward to some more, whoever is going to be watching this later on. And I will see you all next Sunday for Serene Sundays. Thank you so much. Peace.